Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another video. This is going to be another story time, something beneficial, inshallah, if those who are coming here are going to be trying to enroll their children in Arabic private school. Usually your children that are like just starting like KG or something like that. That's what this story time is for. So let's get into it. There was a sister who contacted me and she told me that she tried to enroll her son in Arabic private school in one of the Emirates. I won't say which one. It's not important. And her son, I think he's about 5. Yeah, he's young. So like KG, right? So what are you learning in KG? Well, we say kindergarten, and I think in Germany they say kindergarten as well. But anyways, yeah, she wanted her son to start Arabic school, which is perfect. That's a perfect age for him to start. So she went to one of the schools, and the admin, she took a sister with her who speaks Arabic, and the admin said, no, lazim, the child knows Arabic, and also you wouldn't want him to come here because they're going to bully him, and he's not going to understand. How's he going to talk, and how's he going to pass the entry exam, and all of this crazy stuff. So of course, because she doesn't know any better, she gets discouraged. And so she's telling me about it, and I was like, listen, that's what they say. I said, when we were in Saudi, they were trying to deter us when we tried to get them into a private school. No, we were talking to the people at the private school, and they were like, no, don't put them in Hukumi. Yeah, that's what it was. They told us, don't put them in Hukumi, and just put them, it's better to just put them in international school, because how they going to learn? Now my kids in Saudi, grade 1, they start to teach you the stuff that they teach you in KG, like your colors, your numbers, your letters, teach you how to read in grade 1 in government school, public school in Saudi. So my children, the twins anyway, they were they were just coming out of KG from the international school we were in, and then they went right into government school, public school for Saudi in Riyadh. And they were good to go, because all of the children were learning, the alphabet and the colors and the shapes, and and then they progressed. They were doing the Juz Amma, and they were doing the different poems, different nasheeds that they had to memorize. And what else? Yeah, science, everything. They had everything. They had gym. They had, of course, all of the subjects. So, yeah, they try to discourage us, the guys from the private school. Oh, how they going to learn? How they going to understand? The children will understand in about 2 weeks. When they see all of the other children following the directions, they hear the same directions every day from the teacher, they're going to understand. So, I don't know why some of the admins believe that the children who don't speak Arabic won't be able to learn. I just believe that these people are not trained to deal with foreign children. It's not like that. Oh wow. It's not like that. Oh my goodness. They are not able to learn, because they put their Arab children in schools that are English based, right? So if you put your Arab kids in schools that are English based and they don't know any English at all, their first language is Arabic, the only time they are hearing English is at school in an Arabic country, Why can't foreign children come in who speak English first come in and also learn? That's weird, is it not? But it's just ignorance at the end of the day. So I told the sister, listen, go and be persistent. Tell them. There's what entry exam do they have for a child that's 5? Really? I know they have them for the upper grades because they need to know that they need to know that the child can understand the directions, how to do math, how to do this, how to do that. That makes sense. Grade 2, grade 3, grade 1, grade 2, yeah, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. It makes sense that they're like, okay, they need to at least be able to recognize basic sentences and things like that because that's what you learn. So the child would have to go and do Arabic tutoring first before they're able to enter. That makes sense. They're still at grade 1. They're still ripe enough to learn. The work is pretty simple. It's not so deep and detailed, so hard that the child still won't catch on. So, like again, my children, they caught on within like I would say like 2 weeks. As far as the instructions, what is the teacher telling you when you come into class? Okay, students, good morning. They say, who's here. They call roll, and then they tell the children to take out their notebooks, whatever subject is first. They gave us the schedule for the week, with the roster, what the children will be learning and what periods, the period that they were going to be learning in it. What's first, what's second, what's third, like that. My son, he did well because I had kind of prepped him. Even when he was in the international school with us, I prepped him. Like I did like a crash course with the letters and taught him how to read. And I went over like a storybook with him. And ironically, at the school they were going over the same book, like the same storybook for the children. And that was the only Arabic class that they had actually. So I thought that was kind of interesting, right? So he was good to go. Mashallah, he caught on real quick. He had all Mumtaz. Mashallah. Yeah. And the girls, they couldn't keep up with speaking, but they understood everything and they were able to do their homework. I helped them with all their work, and they did good, but the speaking was difficult for them. So they used to call them the twins that didn't talk, and they did get bullied. They did. But I mean, when they came here and went to international school, to the Indian international school, they got bullied. So I mean, that's what children. I got bullied as a child in grade 1. So I mean, that's life. You understand what I'm saying? That's life. That's just what it is. I told them what to do, though, because the children used to bully them when the teacher would go out of the room. And I told them what to do. I'm not going to repeat what I told them what to do, but yeah. I said, you have to do your get back when the teacher leaves, just like they do. And then they'll leave you alone when they see that you fight back. So, I mean, that's just what it is, man. I was like, if you want your child to learn, you have to be persistent. I said, because you got to remember, people are not flocking to Arabic schools to put their children in their children don't speak Arabic. The Arab are not, the Ajam, they're not going to the Arabic school. So we're strange. Those of us who want to put our kids in there, we're strange. They're like, what? Why? They're not equipped. They don't have the patience. Like one sister said she tried to put her child into a Quran class in Dubai, in one of the masajid, and it was all Arab kids in there. And the teacher was like speaking to the sister in Arabic. She doesn't know Arabic. And she was like, her child basically got rejected. Like, nah, it's not going to work. No. She hasn't been accepted. Sorry. And I was like, yeah, they don't have no patience. They're like, they think that, how am I going to communicate with this child? How am I going to communicate with them? It's not like they have, you know how we have TESOL, teaching English as a second language. Programs have been developed. for that to help the kids and things like that. Slowly but surely showing them step by step how to enter the language, giving examples, you know, what is it called? Isharat, what is it called? Like a demonstration, and things like that to get them to understand the language. They don't have that kind of, they do have it. They do have it. But most of the teachers, the Arab teachers, are not equipped because they don't have a large influx of foreigners trying to come into Arabic schools. They just don't. So not all schools will give you a hard time. I don't want to scare you for those of you who are interested, because there have been parents who they've taken their children. Oh, but the parent did speak Arabic. That's why. That's what happened with me, because I was trying to enroll my son here when we first got here into high school, and they were trying to do the same thing. What? How's he? Wait. What grade is he going? I think Zia was going into what? 10th. He's going into 10th grade. 11th grade. I think it was 10th. Yeah, it was 10th. It was 10th grade. And I was like, no, he's fine. So I pulled out his grades from when he was in Saudi. I was like, listen, he was in Hukumi, he was in grade 1, grade 2. Listen, you see his darajat? He has Mumtaz all the way through, all ones, okay? So let him in here. So then the mudir was like talking to Ziad. He's like, hey, enter. You know, like, you want to come in here? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm ready. So, but then COVID hit. It was just a lot of stuff happened. But anyway, alhamdulillah, my children got their experience in Saudi. And now they're just returning back to, doing the grammar and trying to learn and things like that and pick up the structure. But yeah, don't get discouraged. Some schools are easy. They'll accept your children. But you gotta, if you're going to take someone who speaks Arabic with you, you gotta let them know to be persistent. Like, I really want my child to learn. The children learn easily, no problem, and I'll help them. I'm gonna give them a tutor, have them watching shows. You gotta reassure them, like, no, he's gonna learn. He's going to pick it up, no problem. I'm going to assist him. That's what you have to tell them. Like, I'm going to help the child. I'm going to help the child, but I need my child to get in this school, please. So, yeah. That's my advice. Be persistent. Don't give up. If you really want your child to learn, and, age 5 is excellent. And before that, put those children in the Hadana. Put them in, the Hadana is like the daycare. They'll learn Arabic there quickly. The Arabic daycare centers, put them there. So they'll learn how to speak just by playing with the other children and things like that. They're a little bit more patient in the Hadana, in the daycare. The kids will learn. So that's my advice, Inshallah khair. Try to get a tutor if you can. And they also have Arabic homeschool as well. Like the government, if your child has residency, you can apply for the government homeschool program, and I believe that's free. And they'll send someone from the education board to come and help your children at home. For those who are like, I guess they either too old or they didn't get a chance to get into the school or something like that. Yeah, they have homeschool program. So I'm just trying to give y'all some information, some gems for those of you who want to go that route. May Allah make it easy for you all. If you're going to invest in this country, it makes sense to let your children go to school and learn the language from natives and maintain their mother tongue at home. On the weekends, like my Yemeni friend told me, she said her father used to teach them Arabic on the weekends all the time. Made sure they were literate in Arabic, and while they came here, to school, to America. I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about. Yeah, because they were learning English all day, so they had to maintain. They wanted them to be literate in Arabic. And my son, my oldest child, when he came back from Egypt, I put him straight into high school. They tested him down at the Board of Education to see what level he was at. He was at level 0 as far as English, 0. And mashallah, I mean, he went in, he was with other foreigners. He learned how to speak the fastest because he was at home speaking to his siblings. And he just went full, watched everything in English. He was like, I'm not watching anything in Arabic. And then he had me to converse with because you can't just cut them off from their language. They're going to get frustrated because they have things they want to express, they want to talk about. So at least he had me to speak to. The other kids, they weren't trying to speak. I think at that point, yeah, Ziad wasn't trying to speak to him. And the twins weren't talking anyway before we left Saudi. They just understood, but they couldn't speak. So he just had me to speak to. So that made it easier for him. But he learned so quickly how to speak that the teachers were amazed because he outdid his other classmates. You know, he was faster than them to learn English fluently. So, yeah, I mean, and he didn't, man, that boy went straight into high school. He wasn't even, like, he was Arab down. That's all I'm going to say. But he was versed in the subjects in Arabic, though. That's the thing. He had knew science in Arabic. He knew history in Arabic. So he was familiar. He had vocabulary. And many times if your child is already, talk for the older children, if they are already educated and they're just switching and they already know math, he told me the same thing. My son told me the same thing. That the Russian children and the Vietnamese children, since they already knew math, they knew the equations, they knew the problems in English, but it's just they knew it in their language, sorry. So it was easy for them to do it in English because they already knew math. Math is math. You're just changing over the words, the symbols, but the compositions pretty much are the same. The steps are a lot the same, unless it's some type of new method that they're using. So it helps that your child has some type of background in education or learning before they go into any institution. It will help them tremendously. And that's pretty much what I have to say, y'all. Hope you benefit. And don't forget Hijra Mandate Sacrifice. These are just some of the things that we go through, that we face when we're over here. And I will see you all in the next video. Inshallah. Ma'as salama.